As ISIS wages war in Iraq, one U.S. war vet sees the brutal conflict unlike any other.
It is frustrating to open up stories on CNN and see pictures of those that we had in detainment.
Andrew Thompson says he was face to face with current ISIS members when they were in U.S. custody during the Iraq War. His job was to gather intelligence on the prison population. He says despite the soldiers' best efforts, the camps became a breeding ground for what we now know as ISIS.
Space was of a premium, and we simply could not separate everybody. We knew that there was going to be extremists within the moderate compounds.
The extremists, he says, were in control, spreading their radical message to anyone who would listen and intimidating those who wouldn't, beating anyone caught indulging in Western pastimes.
They got smart enough that they would basically find a radical volunteer to pick a fight with the detainee they passed judgment on, and then U.S. forces inadvertently helped enforce that punishment because then they were sent to solitary confinement.
In his compound alone, Thompson says there were 4,000 detainees. Many, he says, were innocent.
But that's the nature of war as well. Some of these people were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And quite frankly, they see us as the enemy.
University of Texas professor Jeremy Surrey says innocent detainees become susceptible to extremist views. A perfect scenario for current ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, who spent time in U.S. custody during the Iraq War.
So he was held with large numbers of other people. Who, as far as we can tell, were not nearly as radical as he was. And we have reason to believe that many of them have joined ISIS, that's part of his network. So he used his position in prison as a means, as a soapbox.
It's a recruiting tactic ISIS is now using on Westerners, tailoring its highly produced message to anyone in the world, including Americans who may feel disenfranchised by their own government. Have you seen any